don't think I've worked many places where people have been so welcoming and care that much about my welfare. People check up on me regularly just to see how I'm going, whether I'm coping. If I've been doing night shifts, people just been emailing me just to see how my nights have been going, which it's quite rare for people to care as much as they do here at Qscan.
The supported environment and the collegiate nature that I work in every day is amazing. Consultants I work with here, so they were my supervisors at my past rotation, and throughout training you do need a lot of support, and that support has rolled into this year. But it's not only the support, they actually value my opinion as well, which is lovely.
I chose sports imaging for a lot of reasons, but not the least being I was an amateur athlete. Qscan had a reputation of being cutting edge with sporting teams. So in Brisbane, for instance, that allowed us to work with the AFL teams and the NRL teams that we used.
During my junior doctor years, I kept gravitating towards the radiology on each rotation, and I enjoyed each rotation. So radiology gave me the opportunity to have a broad scope of practice, and it's something that I feel is important to each patient's treatment and journey, so that's what led me to radiology, and I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else.
With my hybrid fellowship, I'm given, I think, a half day every fortnight, which I can go off and do my own study. I know some of the other fellows before me have taken time to visit other sites and do things like breast screen, but I find it's a good opportunity for me to do some online courses and catch up with work that I probably otherwise wouldn't find time to do during a busy work week.
During the hybrid fellowship, I get an afternoon off each week, which is dedicated to study. And it's a common knowledge that sometimes that time needs to be used for what we would call life admin. We have workstation at home as well, which is amazing. So say I needed to duck out during the day for a short amount of time, I can always catch up, and that's been, for me, very, very helpful.
A fellowship program begins to become specific to the individual increasingly as you get more senior in the program. So I'll give an example. When you first start out in the specialty or as a fellow, there's plenty to learn. You're not an expert in any particular area. And some of the support we would offer is the ability to go to conferences. We would rotate you through other fellowship specialists so that you get contact points with multiple people and get different perspectives. For those fellowships or those fellows that had a particular area that isn't well served by our current group, we would certainly support them to go either interstate or internationally to come up with a fellowship, because overall in the end we are trying to create an opportunity for the individual to be the best radiologist that they would like to be.
I have the autonomy just to choose my own cases, work through them at my own pace. Then I get to sit and go through them once I've already made my impressions and fine-tune my reports, which has been really amazing.
There will be a lot of radiologists that work well into their 70s, and they're not doing that for goals other than personal satisfaction, the opportunity to give back to the community. And I think Qscan is very good at tailoring that to the individual. We try not to guess what you might need. As an individual, it might be the niche specialist in this area, or it might be I have an interest in teaching, or it might be I have an interest in research. We think there's plenty of opportunity for somebody over a lifetime to say, this is a good group to be with. If I could choose to work anywhere, I'd choose to work here if it was possible.